Okay, so again, good evening, everyone. I think we're going to start as it is time, and I just would like to start with the same thing that some of you might see kind of annoying because I would repeat the same things as most of you already know. Okay, we have more students coming. Almost everybody. So as you see, the unit 4 is called the title of unit 4 is Code of Ethics. Well, in order to go through the unit, as we didn't have sessions every day, right? I give you time. We have quiz material. We have material to follow. I really hope that you get accustomed to the material so it becomes easier for you to understand and work on. It means that you need to go first to the study material, read the content, go through the all section, do the tasks to check your understanding, have the key answers, come up with your own examples, compare with the key answers. And that's actually where you get to the summary, so you can, as a conclusion, to see what actually was the unit was about. And then you get to the assignment plan, right? Where you get your final task and forum. Okay, there are always instructions, and I still have some students that keep asking me like about what are the instructions for the final task, and I really feel sad that some students can still find it. But always at the beginning of the study, we also have two sections mentioned that you will be assessed on. What does it mean? That you will get the grade. But obviously, in order to have a positive grade, which is 5 points, you need to show that you are actually learning from something from each section, right? So I would need to see that the information that provided in the study material, in the reading material, videos, or wherever the material is, well, you have to observe, to read, should be how somehow showed in your results, right? And well, the same forum, you have instructions there, how to participate. Most of you got a only some of you still have the problem to reply. Remember the post, you reply below my post, and reply, you need to go inside, like click on the name of one student, and then there you look for the bottom reply, right? So that was just like, I hope there are no questions, but I had to give like a quick reminder what it is about, what study material, what readings are, and what task you're going to do. This week you will do final assignment task. So this session, I would like you to go through the most important points to be sure that you understand what they are, so you can start working on, or maybe improve, if you have started already, improve your final task. So I'm actually sharing the screen, so you're supposed to see the question. I would like you to tell me what you think the code is. What is the code with your own words, right? What you learned, you saw the examples, you saw maybe the video. What do you think a code is? So first, looking for volunteers. Who is ready to participate actively today? Anybody?
It's a system of signs.
A system? Is it related to science only?
No,
No. Okay.
it's also about language.
Okay. So it's like a system of signs, right? It can be as sequence, right? They can, all the codes can be in sequence. For example, some you said words, right? Words are codes, right? So just we call them words, but this is one of the examples. Can you please write in the chat other ways, okay? Well, code is the example, okay? The way you act. That's not the code. I'm not sure if, I don't know, Adriana, if you wrote the way you have to act, it's not a code, but it's an example, yeah? Example of a code. What else? Okay, code is a series of sign, can be, right? Okay. Okay, they usually also represented as rules. Okay, conventions, excellent. Okay, yeah. Rules in classroom. Yes, that's a code. That's one example of codes. Okay, for like, let's get like more specific examples. If you're at school, at home, anywhere, please type in the chat. Give you 1 minute, everybody. Okay, order of participation. Yes, if you have already studied or saw with other teachers how the teacher can manage the class, right? For example, I can have peer participation. It's a code, right? Student works with a student. Horseshoe, it's another way of participate. The way you participate with classmates. Etiquette, excellent, right? Even the way you speak, right? Anytime you enter the classroom, the way you start the class, it's already a code. And every teacher will have a different code, okay? Yes, the code, dressing code, yes, right? And then if we go talking about teachers, right? Teachers might have a different dressing code than you would see maybe in a different institution, like restaurant or maybe hospital. That will be a different code. Okay, slangs, right? This is a cultural sign. Excellent. Okay, very good. Thank you. Excellent examples. Let's continue. So why are codes important? We know they are important. Why do we need codes in life? Outside and life and school, everywhere. In church and the hospital. Why do we need these codes? What are they for? Anybody?
They provide the rules to our behavior that can control our behavior.
So this is like rules that can control our behavior, okay? And we have also developed as a person, right? So we are not wild people anymore. So we know already what a civilized person is. It becomes a code, right? How to behave appropriately. Okay. So the rules for how people understand or behave in particular environment. Okay, provide us guidance. Very good. This is a good also answer. Why we need to go? We need to have some guidance. What is right? What is wrong? Excellent. Okay, let's continue with the next thing. And I would like you, actually, this one will be easy and difficult task. But I'm going to share this link. Just give me a second. And I would like you to get there. Okay, just let me know if you received. I think I need to put the todos en la sala, en reunión. Okay, you have it. You can just click on the link. I don't know if you have worked already with Jamboards, but this is easy. You will just see what I see in the presentation. I will also open for you so you can see. And I would like you to see the statements, and you have two stickers, one yellow, one blue. Okay, in blue sticker, you have all ideas that you think would refer only to teaching codes. They would be different from personal codes. Okay, so if there is a slight difference, even I would like you to move the statements to the section closer to the blue. If you think that let's say that the statement, for example, the way you explain the topic is pretty much the same in your as a personal code, right? In your personal life, the same as teaching, so you can move it to yellow. Okay, So is there anybody who is already moving it? Yes, I see some students moving it. Okay, if you do not agree, if some students already moved and you disagree, you can move it back. Okay, so I'll give you like 1 minute to move it all around. So we'll see how it jumps from one to another place. Okay. If you moved it and then another student moved it, don't worry. You might have agreements and disagreements. Okay. Okay. So the way you greet, okay, somebody moved. The way you greet and say hello. Okay, we are fighting here. This is a great debate, but now we need to get the reasons. Okay, the way you greet and say hello is pretty much the same, right? As and when you enter the classroom. So what is the teaching code for saying hello? If I usually, just give you an example, okay? I've seen many teachers, students saying hi to their friends, and they say like, on our way. So I don't really do that, but I saw many teachers and students do. If I say hello this way to my friends in my personal, as a personality, and I do that as a teacher, is it correct?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, we see the future teacher who is going to accept when students say on our way. No, Marlene, why it is not correct?
It's not correct. It's not appropriate because as a teacher, you should show a respectful way to say hello or to speak in general to your students. So it's not, you cannot use the same language that you use in your inner circle and with your students, which are people that are following you, are looking up to you. So I don't think so.
Yeah, so we can say maybe in the personal life, good morning, good afternoon, right? But we also say different ways of greetings that are not acceptable, right? It cannot be a teaching code, right? We cannot use the way of greeting as in a personal life sometimes, okay? So I said, even if you have a slight difference, move it to the blue, right? Because remember that what is the teaching code? Where does it come from? From our personal, right? But what we as the teachers, we are different from other professions, and we have to learn and understand that there are some things that we will do differently than we are used to, okay? The way we solve problems, this is also a well controversial thing, but let's say if you have a problem, right, usually if you do not know how to solve, right, if it's like a common problem and you are not sure, right, you have a student who complained and or said, I want to deliver homework, please let me do it, and begging you, well, you might think it's against your morals, you're against ethics. What would you do first? Would you just accept it even though it is against your beliefs? What would be the gesture that you would do? Anybody knows?
I would set an arrangement,
Okay.
like one that doesn't cross the line of my ethics,
Okay.
but one that allows the student to get something.
Okay. Is it against the ethics, school ethics? But you really want to help students.
That's difficult, teacher.
That's difficult, right? If the problem is against school rules, but you really want to help. So there are many things when you do not know how to behave or how to do, and you might think that it would be incorrect. You will be in problem or difficult situation when you really do not know. There are other colleagues that you can talk to that are more experienced, and the first person that obviously would help you is your coordinator, your principal of the school, these people that you would go to, talk to, and solve the problem, okay? So even, let's say the problem, when the way you solve the problem, for example, if you disagree and your principal tells you, you have to do it this way, we solve the problem this way, and you disagree, you say, no, it's not correct. It's against my belief. That's not why I became a teacher, right? So let's say you have students, rebel students who don't want to study, don't do anything, and the school asks you to test them all. You would have to accept the ethics of school, and you would have to accept it, right? So maybe that's a very like a difficult situation, but any kind of problem that school accepts and you don't, you have to solve problem the way school demands, right? So, well, I would maybe put it like in the middle, right? The way you ask questions, this is another thing. We ask questions every day, but there are also our codes in English. I don't know if you have studied already or have heard of CCQs? No? ICQs? This abbreviation of instruction checking questions and concept checking questions. Okay, so we have a special structure of question that you need to ask during the class. Okay, you will see this abbreviation later. So sometimes there are special codes for asking questions in the class. As a teacher, you might have a special code that you will study, memorize, and it will be the teacher's way of asking questions. So we also might put it like here, there are many codes of the ways of asking questions, okay? And the way you respond to questions, right? So here also we might see the way if you are tired and you feel annoyed, students ask the same questions again and again. Usually in personal life, it's like, okay, don't mind, just forget about it. I will ask someone else, or just forget it, don't ask me. I don't know, I don't want to answer, right? I don't have time to answer. But in this situation, well, teacher should always try to find the way to respond the question, okay? And if, let's say there is a question looking to, let's say, trying to satisfy the answer, or if you respond to the questions, asking another question to see if students understand, okay? So, well, let's continue. You see that in classroom, you will have a lot of codes, but we have also codes of ethics. Codes of ethics. What is a code of ethics? Anybody can tell me? Code of ethics? You remember we have discussed actually it before? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Linda.
The set of rules or principles that you follow
You follow.
in your life.
Okay. Yes. All right. So they are, this is like principles, right? Okay. So what about functions? I actually want to prepare it for you so you participated in different way. You have tried it already before with me, right? The Menti.com. Do you see the screen? You just need to open a new page if you're using computer or your cell phone. Okay, so go to www.menti.com and use the code. Tell me if you have problems. Okay, so I give you 1 minute to write what, let's say 1 or 2 as many functions as you know. You have options for 3 options to provide 3 options. What are main functions of the code of ethics? Okay. Okay, how many students do we have already? Okay, I don't know, students. Can you enter, guys? Is there anybody who has a problem to enter? Because I see that everybody has a problem, nobody's there. Do you see the code?
I'm on it, teacher.
Okay. I don't know why it doesn't tell me how many. Okay, I just got it. 1 participant. I have only 1 participant. I think it's only in there. More students. There are 15 students. Everybody. Come on, guys.
Teacher, they are writing in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, you should try. Thank you for writing code. Yes. What main? Can you see my screen? I'm actually sharing the projection screen, so you should be able to see. Or why I see? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Very good. That was a quick message. So you see it, right? You see the screen. What are main functions of the Code of Ethics? Menticom. I have 5 students only. Come on, let's get at least a few more. Ana Marlene, finally, you were not able to get before to Menticom, right? I remember that you struggled. Now you're gonna be like looking how your answers appearing. This is exciting. I remember when I was participating first time in this activity, I was excited to see my words appearing. Okay, 6, let's see. Okay, guide appropriate behavior, make us better person. Okay, have correct behavior. Very good values. Okay, show professionalism. Very good. Okay. Influence good environment. Yes, safe environment. We feel much better when we know that there is something that can protect us, right? There is a code that make this environment safer. There are rules, right? Good behavior, commitment principles. These are right. Okay, excellent. Very good. Well, you're supposed to see it. I see more people are just joining and getting involved. Excellent. Show professionalism, prevent from harm, respect, guidance, guide behavior. Well, in general, you have repeated provide they are for improvement of work, right? And having the best work you can have. Well, excellent. Great job. Let's continue. Okay, sorry for those 2 or 3 students who were not able to participate, but we still have questions and I want you to do this. So we are going to try to discuss what you have learned. Okay, some of you read readings already. Some of you maybe not finished, but still, I hope you are read more than half. The Code of Ethics incorporates the basic principles of ethical behavior and standards of conduct applicable to all staff. So you see that these 5 are the basic principles of the ethical behavior. These 5 should be integrated to the Code of Ethics of teachers, right? At school, they are like the principle, the core. Obviously, we have more. We need to, when we develop Code of Ethics for schools, or your school environment, we need to have a base. We cannot use all of them. There are hundreds. Then nobody will read it. Nobody will care. So we need to get and squeeze it to the most important. So I'm going to assign you to 5 salas, if it's in Spanish, or 5 rooms. okay? Who will be in the room 1, Sala 1, you will discuss what integrity relates to. What is it? When we talk about the code of ethics, what do we refer integrity to in teaching practice, okay? Sala 2, accountability. Sala 3, independence and impartiality. Please take notes. And 1, integrity, because you don't know what room you will get to, okay? Okay, thank you, Anna Marlene. They can send me later message as a reminder for me, so I can justify the episode, okay? Let me know.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so integrity 1, accountability 2, independence and impartiality, Sala 3, respect, Sala 4, and professional commitment. How many students do we have? 21 into 5, so like 5 rooms will be 4 students. Okay, so let's start. Fine. Okay. Why? Okay. Okay, ready? Please accept it.
It doesn't appear, teacher.
I'm sending. Yes, just give me a second. Coming. Some of you should be already there. Okay. Okay, and Valeria. Okay. Please, Jesus, Valeria also enter. Okay.
I have to have everything ready before class.
I uh, wait, let me. I'm looking for it. Sorry.
That's what I put.
I choose being able to answer to a question.
Control emocional, respeto por sí mismo, puntualidad, lealtad, bla, 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 bla. Así que, pues sí, sería como que eso. Imagino que...
Okay, guys. Well, I see that you don't really like to work with each other. I have been trying to monitor every room and I didn't see you discussing. All rooms were quiet, no talking. That's very interesting. I think I need to get a new quiz maybe by Friday next week so we can get the knowledge in different way. if you do not like to participate this way. Anyway, I would like to have at least one participant who could tell me what it refers to. The first room, integrity. You were talking about integrity. One participant?
Yes. Me. Well, I don't know if it's correct, but I got the information from the Unit 4 task,
Mhm.
like that demonstrate the highest standards of integrity and act in good faith with intellectual honesty and fairness.
Mhm. Okay, yes. Very good. Anybody would like to add anything? You see, integrity is related to other values. As you said, honesty, for example. Anybody would like to add?
An example, teacher, would be like not accepting bribery. That will be an example of integrity, like not allowing students to give you money
Yes.
to pass.
Mhm. Another one that you look for benefits from your students, you know, that they might have their business, they might have something, they might help you with something to improve in different area that is not related to teaching at all, right? Taking advantage of somebody. Okay. And the second section, one participant, accountability, please. By the way, I do not see the time, how much time we've got. Where is the time? If we get disconnected, back to me, okay?
Okay, I'm in Sala 2.
Okay. So,
We discussed two different examples. The first one is accountability is an example of responsibility. So one example is having ready everything before the class shows that you are responsible with your subject and with your students. And the other example that we discussed was it's also our responsibility to answer the students' questions at any time they ask them. But we also said that it's not appropriate to answer questions at 2 in the morning. Perhaps it's the only time that you have, but it's not like the appropriate time. So we said that it should be good to set a time and let the students know that we have a time and a schedule and respect the schedule so they know that we are accountable, that they can trust that we are going to answer.
that's the word trust, right? Trust has to be built in different areas, right? So accountability is another value that is related to it, right? Thank you, Ana Marlene. Very good examples. Okay, Sala 3. We had independence and impartiality. I didn't hear students participating. So you were very
I thought it was respect, teacher. I saw in the image you put it was integrity, accountability, and then respect, wasn't it?
okay. Yes, it was number 4. But if you would like to mention respect, go ahead.
Oh, well, in my belief, I think that respect, it has to be more with your behavior and your attitude to others. So that way you will receive the same. So if you act with respect, you will be having the same back, I
Mhm.
believe.
Okay. So not only to others like people, right? But respect can be shown not only to people that are at school, outside the school, the community, and even the school itself and what is inside the school, like property, right? Use it with respect, right? Not destroying, using it in appropriate way, right? Okay, very good, Eddie. And the last one was professional commitment. Who would like to comment on this one, what it refers to?
Well, I wrote the example of a director of an institution being a role model. That means committing to your institution. And as an institution, support innovative approaches and solutions.
Right. Looking for new ways, especially the time moving, right? Changing. So committing your time for learning, developing as a teacher, changing ideas, changing the way you teach because of the life is changing, right? That's what it is to be committed as a teacher, always developing, researching, learning, continue, and never stop learning, right? Very good. Okay, so let me see. Do you see the presentation or no? No. Okay, now you should be able to see it.
Yes.
Okay,